WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly,
the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow. You know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore.
This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Deli alongside Lucas DeSangro from the MFPW Arena, or at least somewhere very close to it. Due to a slight scheduling and communication issue, we are actually broadcasting live from the Hometown Deli at 541A Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. They have been very gracious here to allow us on the air here, so that's where we're going to be camped for the next hour or so, talking all different kinds of stuff in the world of, as you put it, sports entertainment.
Yeah, that's right. We are here live from the Hometown Deli. Very nice little family deli right next to the Monster Factory or the MFPW Arena.
Yeah, nice place to grab a bite to eat a little bit beforehand. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 7. So since the doors open at 6 and the action starts at 7 at the MFPW Arena, good place to come in a little beforehand, grab a bite to eat, maybe do a little tailgating.
Yeah.
They're also open Mondays from 11 to 3.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great place to, they serve all kinds of food. Grab a breakfast sandwich, maybe get here a little bit later, grab a nice hoagie, maybe grab a couple cannolis on Saturdays and Sundays.
You're certainly no stranger to that, just as I'm no stranger to the 12-inch Sicilian that I've gotten about three-quarters of the way through. Their Sicilian hoagie, it's got ham, capicola, prosciutto, sopressata, and sharp provolone. And wait, you're the Italian. Why am I the one talking about all this stuff? You should be. Just snatch the
Move over,
out of my
kid.
hand.
I'm taking your microphone. To quote a drop. Yeah. Their Sicilian hoagie, it's amazing. It's delicious. So is their Italian hoagie. Their ham, capicola, Genoa salami, provolone. It's 6'9". The hoagies go from 6, 9, and 12 inches. 3 variations. They also have.
And there's a few jokes that I can't make there as much as I want to.
You had me a 12-inch Sicilian on that one. I had to bite my tongue. I really did. I really had to.
You're terrible. You know that.
I know. So maybe you don't want a hoagie. Maybe you just want a nice sandwich. Well, they have gourmet ham and cheese, oven roasted turkey and cheese on white or wheat bread. Stuff like that. They also sell a variety of little pastries and stuff like that.
Yeah, their homemade pastries are a great weekend special. They also have specials during the week as well as the breakfast sandwiches, salads, the hot sandwiches, hoagies, a litany of different food choices. Plus, they've got your deli needs as well. You can get various Dietz and Watson products here, whether it's salami, ham, turkey, roast beef, provolone, sharp cheddar. They've got some jalapeno cheese here, plus other deli items like olives, coleslaw, pickles, just to name a few. That's all here at the Hometown Deli at 541A Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. You can also give them a call at 856-687-5339. And once again, we thank them for allowing us to broadcast here due to some last-minute communication issues, to say the least.
Yes. So to go over, let's start off with with
some news to talk about.
Some news teasers, yeah. Let's tease some news.
You mean I can't tease you instead? I mean, it's so much more fun.
You do.
I do that on a regular basis. But let's tease the news
as well.
Coming up on the program today, some of the things we'll get into. Cody Rhodes pointing his arrow at acting,
quote unquote. Yeah.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Nike fighting with WWE over what to do and what to bring.
What? What to do about what and what to bring?
I'll tell you more about that coming up in a little bit. Also, Lesnar jumping around the UFC card for tonight.
He's probably practicing those vertical jumps for when he has to jump onto the ring apron at SummerSlam.
Very possible. And also a new night for Impact.
Which I'm not really surprised.
I don't think anybody is.
But before we do, let's just I just want to go over Monday Night Raw for a second. Just one part of it, to be completely specific.
What, the Team USA against Team World?
No, though that is pretty funny.
Your boy Dean Ambrose and The Miz in a champion versus champion match?
No, not even that. The obligatory holiday food fight. I was expecting it for Thanksgiving, not 4th of July. That caught me off guard. I saw the video, though, and there's one picture. I'll post it up on the Facebook
fan page.
Facebook fan page. It was hilarious because I saw it. If anybody saw, it was like they cut to a shot of Kevin, of Cesaro and Apollo Crews having an arm wrestling contest while food is being thrown at them. And you just see Kevin Owens look at something on his shirt and he just grabs a bag of chips and climbs underneath one of the picnic tables. And there's a picture of him just with his head down, just eating the chips. And I just went I know how you feel, Kevin. I really do. Not the fact that I'd be eating an entire bag of chips. I used to do that, but, due to certain people calling me a certain farm animal, don't want to do that anymore. But I know the feeling. It's all of, everybody's just, that was my 4th of July. Everybody's doing all...
Don't you mean the feeling?
So, yeah, that's how I felt on 4th of July. Is everybody's, that food fight represents everybody going out and having a good time, going to the beach and all that. And I'm just, sitting under the table, on my couch, just I hate everybody. I hate you all. Not really, but that was just the mindset. I could relate. I'll post the picture of it. It was very funny. But yeah, I'm a rider going over for once in the main event of Raw, too.
Yeah, that's right. The big Team USA and Team World multi-man tag team format. They love doing those.
OSW put its Team USA versus Team Foreigners, which I thought was great. What baffled me was how they got... I like how they got the match over because both sides had a mixture of faces and heels. So, certain ways, heel would put over a babyface or a babyface would put over a heel, something like that. I like how they did it in terms of because I was wondering how are they going to make this conflicting and all that.
It's very reminiscent, and I know this goes a little bit beyond your time, but of the Wild Card Survivor Series match from the 1995 Survivor Series, I believe it was.
Was this the one with the team that was a bundle of sticks, or no?
No, that was 89.
Oh.
With your OSW review reference there.
Yeah.
No, that was way earlier. But no, in the 95 Survivor Series, I believe it was when Gorilla Monsoon, I think, was the commissioner at that point, or president at that point of the World Wrestling Federation.
I think I know which one you're talking about, the wild card. Was it the people that won their respective matches would go on to the main event remainder of all that? And
that was 1990.
Oh. Then I don't know.
I know you're trying so hard.
Hey.
And getting so far, and in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But no, the Wild Card Survivor Series match was it was very akin to the Lethal Lottery, where they put essentially put the wrestlers' names in a hat and drew them out and put 4 on one side and 4 on another, and that was your it was to make rivals team with each other and teammates potentially compete against each other. And
Q Dr. Evil's quotes, randomly selected.
Anyway, yes, it put Shawn Michaels, the British Bulldog, Ahmed Johnson, and Psycho Sid against Razor Ramon, Owen Hart, Yokozuna, and Dean Douglas. At the time, Dean Douglas and Razor Ramon were feuding, and Owen Hart and British Bulldog were tag partners, but were against each other in this particular match. So there was a lot of question as to how that was going to go down, and this is what that reminded me of.
Yeah. It really was just, I liked it, though. I really did. I actually really, or not really, but I quite enjoyed the main event of Raw.
That's good. What did you think of the Social Outcasts dressed as revolutionaries? What was your...
I thought that was, I popped, sort of, and I also popped at the fact that Enzo Amore also had a wig, a powdered wig on at one point, and they've been putting him into... The internet, as always, has been putting him into different situations with that face. It's hilarious. Enzo Amore is just a big ball of energy soaked in Rick James style substance water, because I don't know if we can say that on the air.
Oh, that thing that was a hell of a, I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to.
I think most people are able to figure it out from there. Let's see. John from Northeast Philly chiming in on the fan page saying, "You want a war?" I was gonna say that just happened not too long ago. It was this past Thursday. Was 20 years ago. Was the official formation of the NWO.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, John had posted on Thursday. 20 years ago, us fans had to stick it, brother. That was the
First thing you need to do, Mean Gene, is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I got to say.
Yeah, it was a very, very, very landmark moment, to say the least. And also good to see that Jerry Lawler's back in the fold.
Yeah.
That didn't take long.
No, not really.
It was like, all right, legal troubles are over. All right, right back on TV.
They announced it on the website. Like, that was just like, he's back from his suspension. Good for him. Wow. You're really going to delve into this one. Adam Rose must be furious.
Well, I mean, I guess it's been so long now. I mean, the legal system kind of worked a little bit differently in that regard, but also in his case, he asked for his release.
Yeah, true.
It wasn't like Jerry Lawler said, "All right, I'm dealing with these domestic issues. Can I just can I go now?"
Which I don't think he wants to do.
No, I mean, look at how well that worked back in 2001.
It only took him a couple of.
Remember when he left because of?
Yeah, no, I know. It'll only be gone for like a couple of months.
Sure. Yeah, in this case, it was a little bit shorter than that, but
yeah. The funny thing is like no, it's like I actually really like Jerry Lawler on SmackDown and all that, and I really just Jerry's like that. It's like that uncle you don't really see in a while or something like that, like your favorite uncle, just not in a creepy way, like in a way of just like he can pretty much get away with whatever. It's just like, oh, freaking love that guy. Like that's like just like whatever he says, I don't really as long as it's not like questionable morally. You can just doesn't matter how stupid it is. You're just like, oh, Jerry.
Oh, if we were back in studio, this is where I'd automatically go to the puppies drop. But
yeah,
we're on the road, so that's not the case. Although we should be going back to the studio in just a moment to take care of our first bit of business, and we'll get into that ever so shortly. But I also want to let you know about our friends over at George's Cards and Collectibles.
Ooh,
that's right. They just last night had Santino Marella at their humble abode, for lack of a better term, and I believe pictures are already up on their Facebook page for that. The George's Cards and Collectibles there.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got more fun stuff coming sooner rather than later. But nothing advertised as of yet. But that'll be, I mean, it's always a good time to go get something from there. I know you've spent a coin or few.
Or not few, a coin and many.
A coin and many, yeah.
Let's put it, the prices are, for Elite figures, are very high, but you know what? They're good quality. So in the end, it's worth it.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, in the end, like I may not be able to buy there frequently, but I have to make the decision. Do I really want this? And most of the time, it's, yeah, I do. I might not want it at that time, but I'm going to buy it eventually. And they have, a great selection, an entire wall of wrestling figures. Just, They also have now. I was there, like I said, a couple of weeks ago. They have a replica Ring of Honor World Championship belt hanging on the wall.
Yeah, they've got quite a few different things, and it's all good stuff.
It's good quality. It's not like something you would you would regret buying, unless of course you're an idiot. But
Oh, is that how that would work?
Unless you're a stupid idiot, or for our friends over in Spain, pero idiot, as Jericho said one point though, which I thought I popped for it, obviously.
Yeah, you most.
Shocker, Lucas popped for something wrestling related.
I know. In other news, water is wet.
In other news, people use alarm clocks to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, so something you can definitely set your alarm to, that's for sure.
That's a drop. That is such a drop right there. Something you can set your alarm to, that's for sure.
I'll keep that in mind going forward. That's based on some sage advice that was given by young Lucas not too long ago.
You know what? It sounded a lot better in my head. Like most of the things I say, it sounded a lot better. Like, hey, this might actually help. And then it came out of my mouth. I'm like, why am I allowed to speak? Why? Like, just somebody just take off my voice box, please. Like, it just sounded so stupid and obvious. I just wanted to bury myself in a trash can.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go that far. It was just it was entertaining at the time, but I also felt that because, as I've said in the past, inside jokes are horrible. I kind of had to feel the need to share and explain why all of a sudden we were talking about alarm clocks.
Yes.
And it didn't have a context of, say, the boogeyman.
Oh yeah, I know.
Just, it's a matter of keeping everybody involved. Anyway, George's Cards and Collectibles has been the leading collectibles store in the tri-state area for over 20 years. They have 3 locations, including their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, as well as in the Willow Grove Park Mall and in the Neshaminy Mall in the movie theater wing. Get the latest info on George's Cards and Collectibles at their website, georgescollectibles.com, as well as through George's Cards and Collectibles on Facebook. And just recently, they actually posted up some new items that they got into there, and along with the pictures with Santino from last night. But they've got 2016 Topps baseball sets in stock. There's also a few Eternal Masters Magic the Gathering packs for those who play Magic, and they're also fully stocked in the sports card showcase. Definitely pick something on up for the weekend. Certainly can't go wrong with that with our friends at George's Cards and Collectibles. Anyway, we're going to send things back to the studio. Rich King turning the dials and pushing the buttons, filling in for Ted Efaw and doing a fantastic job. And we'll be back in just a little bit live from the Hometown Deli here in Paulsboro, New Jersey. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Next time you head down the shore, make Keenan's Irish Pub your favorite spot. Located in the heart of North Wildwood, Keenan's Irish Pub is 25,000 square feet of wall-to-wall fun. There's live entertainment 7 days a week and an extensive menu that even features sushi. So grab a nice cold drink, listen to some live music, and enjoy a fantastic time at Keenan's Irish Pub. Keenan's is located at 113 Old New Jersey Avenue in North Wildwood, where all the neighborhoods still meet. Let's go. Growing your business can certainly be a challenge. Univest Bank and Trust Company has partnered with WBCB on a small business series to help you achieve your goals. Tune in to Building Your Business with Univest Small Business Banking President Hugh Connolly and other industry experts. Join us every Wednesday morning at 9:30 to gain insight, solutions, and tips to help your business prosper. Univest's Building Your Business with Hugh Connolly every Wednesday morning at 9:30, right here on 1490 WBCB. Univest Bank and Trust Company is a member of the FDIC and an equal opportunity lender.
All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455.
Local radio, local television. What would you do without it? Round-the-clock entertainment, news, weather, sports, all your programming needs. The place to turn when there's an emergency, to catch the big game, to check the weather. Local radio, local television, reaching more people with our broadcasts and websites than all other media combined. Local radio, local television. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A message from the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters and this local station.
He's got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so we might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
Breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Deli and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Deli alongside Lucas DeSangro. We are broadcasting live from the Hometown Deli at 541A Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey, located right next to the MFPW Arena. Presented to you courtesy of the Monster Factory.
Yeah.
A little bit of a communication snafu, we'll call it, and the folks here at the Hometown Deli were able to help bail us out so that we weren't broadcasting outside in the rain, because that usually never goes well.
Yeah.
I'm sure Program Director Sean Lerman can attest to that. A few instances with football or baseball games where things of that nature have occurred.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Oh, programming note for next week. I know that we'll get a little bit more into this in probably about 12 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes. But next week, we will be live from Goblet Stock, the Broken Goblet's second anniversary party. And that is going to be an insanely fun time. The two of us joined alongside Ryan from Northeast Philly making an appearance, as well as Mike Samsel, the self-professed Fugazi wrestling fan.
He's his seasonal relationship with wrestling. His wrestling's his cuddle buddy.
Yes, I believe he has said that in the past. But in this case, the bruise of the broken goblet and the possibility of talking sports entertainment with us were enough to get him to come out to Goblet Stock next week. We'll be on the air from noon to 1. The regular members will be allowed in starting at 2, from 2 to 3, and then general admission is from 3 to 8. And I believe if you go to the Broken Goblet over the course of this week, the tickets, as far as the beer tickets will be on sale ahead of time to try to avoid the rush.
You want to tell them what else we're going to be doing on our show next Saturday, Fearon, or you want to keep...
Well, that's what I was also getting into, since we're talking about the numerous drafts that will be on for consumption. We'll also be having a mock draft of our own, since that will be the Saturday before the WWE brand split, or brand extension, or roster split, however you want to call it. So we'll still have to figure out the logistics of it, but I believe between the four of us, we'll have some fun representing Raw and SmackDown and making our own draft of the roster and seeing how they shake up.
Oh, yeah.
So
that'll be fun.
Yeah, a mock draft and draft beer. Can't really get much better of a combination than that.
No.
And that'll all be next week.
Wrestling and beer. EC Dub. EC. Are we in South Philly? Like, what's going on?
Oh, I was going to say, we're pretty much across the river from the Philly International Airport, which is South Philadelphia, so close enough for government work, as a former coworker of mine would always say. There we go, a little nod to Bob Del Vecchio. There we go. I'll throw that out there. Not that he has any inclination of listening to this, but I'm sure the word will get back to him at some point. That's how these things go. So, some news tidbits to get into. Well, we'll get into that one a little bit later. But Arrow star Stephen Amell. You're familiar with him. I know.
Very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he announced this past week that former WWE star Cody Rhodes will guest star on that television program this coming fall. Rhodes issued a brief tweet on the appearance stating, quote, "I step into this respectfully, humbly, and looking to do it justice for the fandom," end quote. Quick, easy, and painless with his quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Mel, of course, teamed with Neville to face Cody Rhodes as Stardust, as well as King Barrett in a tag team match at SummerSlam 11 months ago.
So I wonder what he's gonna. Be playing as.
Well, they didn't get too much into the specifics of that. They just they just mentioned that he was going to be on the program, and that was something that Amel was very, very, very stoked about.
Damn.
In fact, if I remember right, and I'm quickly looking it up to make sure that I'm not misquoting myself, but I believe he made the announcement at a convention not too long ago.
Yeah. He showed up as then WWE personnel Stardust.
Something like that.
What difference a
here
couple
we
of months
go.
makes.
Yeah, he. That's right. It was during the Heroes and Villains Fan Fest that was in New Jersey last Saturday. He said, before we get going, we have an announcement. We have a new guest star on Arrow this year, Mr. Cody Rhodes. I'm so fired up for this guy. He and I haven't really had much of a chance to talk about it, but we've been friends for a little over a year now. I know that Cody has really wanted to get into the acting business. He went into L.A., read for a part, and his deal closed yesterday, and the dude is going to be on Arrow, and I'm so fired up.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I might actually watch that episode.
Yeah, Amel appeared at that convention along with Cody and his wife, Brandy Rhodes. And comicbook.com has footage of Brandy introducing the two of them in front of the crowd and Amel making the big announcement.
I did see that. It was funny because, like, I got to see a glimpse of fans at comic book convention Q&As because, like, so there was, like, this is around the time there was a big spoiler at the end of the season at Arrow, and he's pretty much asking, like, oh man, like, who's in the grade? And Amel just the same question. He's like, I can't tell you. Like, he's getting frustrated because
they're finding 17 different ways to ask the same question that he can't answer.
It's like, he's not going to be able to answer that question. Why would you ask that? Like,
now he knows how most NFL head coaches feel, or pretty much any head coach or manager, especially with Philadelphia or New York sports, that constantly get hounded in press conferences for trying to answer the same question, or the same question asked 8 different ways.
Yeah.
Or trying to get around answering the same question asked 8 different ways, while at the same time not providing an answer.
Yeah. It's just completely bonkers that these fans will just like, oh, I know he just answered that question, but, you know, maybe he'll answer for me. Why? What makes you think he'll make an exception?
Well, something else that's completely bonkers, and I'm just going to go right into this and go from there. Nike has filed an opposition to WWE for using the phrase "just bring it" on its clothing. Yeah, let that sink in for a second.
WWE is suing Nike?
No, Nike is putting an opposition into WWE. I know, it doesn't compute, does it? Yeah, Lucas is both befuddled and gobsmacked at the same time.
It's actually the same, different word for the same feeling. I'm trying to, what's the word? I'm trying to not curse.
Exactly. That's why I said befuddled and gobsmacked.
Are you bleeping kidding me? You're bleeping with me, right?
No, I'm not. The athletic apparel company owns the trademark to Just Do It and is attempting to prevent WWE from gaining the Just Bring It trademark. Lucas is about to lose his mind.
Nike.
He threw the phone down on the table.
I'm sorry to interrupt your daily, making children in sweatshops make your shoes whole deal thing. Let me just
say, have we played the disclaimer yet?
No, we did. We're good. Let me break it down for you, DX style, because you can, I got 2 words for you for that one. There's a guy, and I'm pretty sure you know who he is, that uses that term, just bring it. And his name is The Rock. And as far as I'm concerned, The Rock is a WWE product, not a Nike product. What you're going to do is you're going to take your Rudy Poo, candy, you-know-what, drive it down.
Know your role Boulevard, hang that left at Jabroni Drive. Is that where you're trying to go?
Take that little,
so flabbergasted that
take
you
that
lost
little
a bit.
thing and stick it straight up, where the sun don't shine, because you have no right to take that. And I'm getting a little too heated over just a catchphrase, but it just makes me furious when people try to do stupid crap like that for money.
What's amazing is I don't even know if you saw that part of the notes, but at the end of the story, which I haven't even gotten to yet, there's a little bit more to this. I actually had in my notes rant, and you just pulled it away from me.
Oh, you can go afterwards. We'll take turns. You can write.
Oh, okay. Nike is claiming that WWE's use and registration of the trademark, quote, will inevitably lead to confusion, to mistake, or to deception of the public, all to Nike's grave and irreparable damage. Now that you're that much more infuriated over that, your hand is slightly shaking at that.
No, it's also my Tourette's and my medicine. Yeah. Let's go with that too. So I'm sorry. Can you just
see? I was trying to put that over, and then
can you
completely.
Can you just repeat what happened? Because I sort of my heart's pounding in my ears right now. I'm a little bit aggravated. So just read the end of that story again for me.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Something that you
positive. Read it, please.
Okay. Nike is claiming that WWE's use and registration of the trademark "Just Bring It" will inevitably lead to confusion, to mistake, or to deception of the public, all to Nike's grave and irreparable damage. I'll let you stew on that for a moment.
Nike,
or not,
deceives the public all the time.
Oh boy.
Because I'm about
careful now. I was going to say,
Nike,
should I throw out this? Should I throw out the advertisement now? Send your applications for a new co-host at 200 Magnolia.
You might want to. You might want to do that. Or can I just get an anger translator that we can pardon from that, like Luther from Key and Peele? Just hi. Nike is gonna.
What do you think I do on a weekly basis?
That's a good. No, I'm your anger translator. That's the thing.
Well, no, that's in the factory. That's different.
No, it's The thing is, with Nike,
it's going to be an interesting commercial break.
No, it's fine. Nike deceives the public all the time with. It's just, I don't know where I was going with this. Just shut up, Nike. Just sit down and shut up. Shut your mouth. Are you going to take that trademark too from Triple H? Know your role and.
Well, that was
The Rock.
Know your role was The Rock.
But know your role and then shut your mouth. This is.
I was going to say, your argument is not going well here, so allow me to interject.
I'm mad because, I'm sorry, I have it collected now. Nike is worried about their brand being damaged. A brand that has been on fire since 80s, since the 80s. Well before, maybe around the time, but well before it got way more popular quicker than WWE ever did. They have probably a lot more money than WWE does. And you're trying to take a trademark away from them that does not even belong to you because you're worried that it's going to sound similar. Boo on you, sir.
Well, to give you an idea, at least as far as, the latest fiscal reportings, revenue in excess of $24.1 billion.
Ooh.
Yeah, careful there, Dr. Evil.
24 billion. I can buy sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads.
And yes, it officially became Nike Incorporated May 30th, 1971.
So yeah, they've been a big thing way before WWE. So sit down. Don't.
Well, yeah, the now famous slogan, in this case, "Just Do It," originated in a 1988 Nike ad campaign. So it's been around for almost 30 years.
Yeah, which, to be completely honest, that's "Just Do It." I don't know how I feel about that, because that could go wrong in many different ways. You're contemplating certain decisions you have to make, and then just go, just do it, and maybe you make the wrong decision. I mean,
careful now.
Yeah. What is Nike associated with our?
No. I'm just telling you to be careful.
Okay, good, because I'm not done yet.
Oh boy.
One more thing. It's Nike, buddy. We're on a first name. I guess we're on a just one-on-one basis at this point. So
should you call him Nike for short then?
Yeah, Nike, buddy. Here's the thing. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's put it this way. I already don't spend. Really, the biggest grudge is that they make their shoes $110, stuff like that. I think that's what's really fueling most of this argument. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. You can have your show back. I'm gonna take a break and just.
Okay. Did you? Now that he's gotten a lot of that out of his system and has drained what little bit of energy he has had left, allow me to interject once again, unless you have something else to add.
No,
good?
Only this. I'm
Oh, boy.
extremely sorry for what just came out of my mouth because it didn't make any sense at all. And I apologize to listeners. I apologize to you. I apologize to Merrill, even though we haven't really formally met. I apologize to everyone. I have failed you. So yeah, you can talk.
Oh, good. I was going to say the Just Bring It. It's not like this is a new thing. I mean, The Rock started using it around 99, maybe 2000. In that time, it's been on countless WWE apparel in the past.
Video games?
It was on a video game. That's right. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head which.
SmackDown, Just Bring It.
Oh, yeah, SmackDown, Just Bring It.
2000, either 2000 or 2001.
Yeah, somewhere in that same time frame. I think it was 2001.
Yeah, because then 2002 was Triple H, and 2003 was Here Comes the Pain with Brock Lesnar. So yeah.
True. If anybody knows their video game history, it would definitely be Lucas.
Well, I mean, like the WWE games for the most.
Well, true.
You know your video game history too.
Yeah, just not to that degree.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, with all of that history going over the course of the last 15, 16 years, now all of a sudden it's an issue and irreparable damage. Come on, you're making $24+ billion and oh no, that confusion might lead you to make only $23.9 billion or maybe $24.0 billion. Ooh, you're still making $24 billion. That's
that was me doing like the
that was
shaking
you just
my head in my
shaking,
hand.
You
You couldn't hear the
mic
mic banging against something.
Oh, they could.
Good.
They definitely could.
Sorry.
All right. Well, while Lucas goes ahead and recovers, I'm going to let you know about our friends over at the Broken Goblet Brewery because that's where we're going to be next week for the huge Goblet Stock 2 event celebrating 2 years of the Broken Goblet being in operation, where there'll be food trucks, be a water slide, live music from Hawthorne Heights, and 29 B-Gob original beers from all the seasons will be on tap at the event, including All Goblets Have Spirits. You know I've been raving about that no matter what time of the year it is, but it's an autumn beer, a Scotch ale that's brewed with maple syrup and gala apples. Oh, I'm salivating just thinking about it. There's Santa's Saison, their Saison beer brewed with spice apple cider tea. And then, of course, Nori, which was their 2015 Hobbit series release. It's a 10% triple brewed with lavender. That's good because I just had the last bottle of that not too long ago. Also, a very limited release of the original 2014 edition of Bubba's Tea Bag. Plus, the anniversary beer is called Fools and Kings Belgian Double. So that should be interesting as well. Plus, if you haven't gotten the chance, there's still some bottles of their 8% Hefeweizen beer called Crystal Hef, which is also delicious. You don't have to be a Breaking Bad fan to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know because I haven't seen a bit of the series, but I certainly enjoyed the brew, that's for sure. So getting back to the Goblet Stock, there'll be fun, hilarity, hijinks, beer, as well as Lucas and myself, Ryan from Northeast Philly, and Mike Samsel will all be there for the festivities. Always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Going to come back, going to talk a little Brock Lesnar and the big UFC 200 event that's going on tonight. Also, a shift in Impact. We'll let you know what's going on with that as well. Plus, we got to tell you about the big event coming up tonight at the MFPW Arena. But for now, we'll take things back to the studio. We are broadcasting live from the Hometown Deli, 541A Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. And we want to thank them for being so gracious to allow us to be here right next to the MFPW Arena due to some, we'll call them communication issues. But nonetheless, it is certainly appreciated. And, man, their food's delicious. I'm going to get back to this Sicilian during this time out here. We'll take things back to Rich King. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
All of your favorite shops are still open while the new Dion Square is under construction. You may have already visited the brand new First National Bank branch or the new Pat Dion Beverages. When all the work is done, the new beautiful Dion Square will also feature a new Pennsylvania fine wine and spirits shop and a brand new CVS pharmacy. In the meantime, all of the shops are open for business while the new Dion Square takes shape. 518 South Oxford Valley Road in Fairless Hills.
Tune in Sundays at 11 a.m. to A Time in the Chapel, a service of Chapel Ministries on WBCB 1490 AM.
What's your stuff worth? If you're curious about what your antiques, collectibles, and general household contents are worth and don't want to spend a fortune to find out, call Mike Ivanovich for a house contents appraisal. For $195, Mike will travel to your home, verbally appraise your items, and recommend how and where you could sell for the most money possible. The typical house contents appraisal will typically take 1.5 to 2 hours. To schedule your house contents appraisal, call Mike today at 215-345-6094. Visit www.michaelivanovich.appraisals.com. To learn more, that's MICAELIVANKOVICH appraisals.com. 215-345-6094.
If you're a recent college graduate or are about to graduate and are spending all of your time looking at which graduate school to apply to, let me help you out. Put Gwynedd and Mercy University at the top of your list. Gwynedd and Mercy University was voted a top university that adds the most value and a top university for producing graduates who do make the world a better place. Discover the Gwynedd and Mercy University difference today. gmercyu.edu. That's gmercyu.edu.
Next time you head down the shore, make Keenan's Irish Pub your favorite spot. Located in the heart of North Wildwood, Keenan's Irish Pub is 55,000 square feet of wall-to-wall fun. There's live entertainment 7 days a week and an extensive menu that even features sushi. So grab an ice cold drink, listen to some live music, and catch Tommy Green and John Brazier as they broadcast live this Sunday before Phillies baseball. Keenan's Irish Pub, 113 Old New Jersey Avenue in North Wildwood, where all the neighborhoods still meet.
In wrestling history, July 9. On this date in 2000, WCW held its Bash at the Beach pay-per-view. In the main event, Booker T pinned Jeff Jarrett to win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
That's why this company's in the damn shape it's in, because of bullshit like this.
On this date in 2001, WWF Monday Night Raw aired live from Atlanta, Georgia. In the main event, the Dudleys, Lance Storm, Justin Credible, Rhino, Mike Awesome, Raven, Taz, Rob Van Dam, and Tommy Dreamer fought Canyon, Chuck Palumbo, Mark Jindrak, Sean O'Hare, Sean Stasiak, Billy Gunn, Hardcore Holly, The Big Show, and the Acolytes to a no contest in a 20-man tag team match. On this date in 2003, the NWA TNA held its weekly pay-per-view number 52. In the main event, AJ Styles pinned D'Lo Brown to retain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2012, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Denver, Colorado. In the main event, CM Punk and AJ Lee defeated Daniel Bryan and Eve Torres in a mixed tag team match. This has been Today in Wrestling History, July 9.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon and Lucas here alongside Lucas DeSangro, broadcasting live from the Hometown Deli, 541A Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey, right next to the MFPW Arena, courtesy of the Monster Factory.
Yeah.
And what a great place this is. In fact, I'm still trying to enjoy this huge Sicilian hoagie that I've been working on over the course of the hour. It's great. It's got ham, capicola, prosciutto, soppressata, and sharp provolone, plus all the other fixins in there as well.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, it is. It tastes just as delicious, too. What can I say? Nothing wrong with a nice, meaty 12-inch Sicilian. Or any of the other options that there are here at the Hometown Deli. I mean, they have different types of sandwiches. They've got burgers here as well. They've got various steak sandwiches, cheese steaks, chicken cutlets, all different kinds of stuff. French fries as well. Plus, here on the weekends, they've got those. They've got the cannolis.
Yeah, they do. They have those great, very nice cannolis, a variety of sorts, just regular or chocolate.
Yep, creamy and delicious, to say the least. So, plus they have breakfast sandwiches here as well. So, all that here at the Hometown Deli, open Monday 11 to 3 and Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 7. Definitely check it out. Maybe come on down here prior to the MFPW event and enjoy a little treat tailgating before the big MFPW event coming up later tonight.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great show, seriously. It's almost like Ring of Honor versus the MFPW. Just such a wide, okay.
Almost. Well, you know what? We'll get into that now.
Let's break it down for you.
An infusion of honor at the MFPW tonight, 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. The main event
features Delirious squaring off against Matthew Riddle. If you want to talk about right off the bat, going to be an explosive.
Yeah, that alone is worth the price of admission.
That's going to be an explosive main event, but that's not it.
You've got the Ring of Honor 2015 Top Prospect Tournament winner Donovan Dijak teaming with Mikey Webb to challenge Rico de la Vega's Beast Cartel for the MFPW Tag Team Championship. Of course, Kyle the Beast and the Freak Beast, Nick Camarado.
Winning the titles off of the hottest faction in independent pro wrestling, Paid in Full.
Yeah, the last event for those who missed that. And Paid in Full looking to rebound, and they certainly have a brutally tough contest in sight for them tonight as Brutal Bob Evans and Tough Tim Hughes take on Paid in Full tonight.
And also, you want to talk about another Tim Hughes, formerly known as Good News Hughes from the MFPW, former Supersonic champion, former graduate of the MF Pro Academy. You'd probably
he didn't lose his graduate. Yeah, that'd be like saying you're a former graduate of Pennsbury High School.
Former whatever. He's a graduate.
He is a graduate of. There you go.
The MF Pro Academy. You'd think he maybe was filling in. You know, he trained with Chad and Royal for quite some time. You'd think maybe he's been filling Bob in on Brutal Bob on what their flaws are, what they can do.
Their strengths and weaknesses.
They might have a bit of a disadvantage going into this contest, but another tag team standout that's also graced the halls of the MFPW Arena. All Night Express's Rhett Titus sets his sights on Leon St. Giovanni for the Supersonic Championship of the MFPW. Now that's going to be another one I'm really excited for.
Yeah, and a feud coming to a head. At least it looks like it's going to. The Elite Athlete Mike Orlando and Benchmark Bill Daly finally going head to head after a lengthy. Both men just getting on each other.
And Bill Daly, another person who has been in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, it's just an infusion of honor tonight. Plus, Cody Vance faces the Beast Cartel's Wildman Congo. And
participant in the Ring of Honor Top Prospect Tournament 2014. What is going on? Seriously.
Just throwing them all out there. And in Monster Factory Girls Competition, Vanity makes her debut against Karen Q. Plus in action, Mario Baccara, Major McClendon, Shaheem Ali advertised, and much more. It all goes down tonight at the MFPW presented by the world-famous Monster Factory, 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. The doors open at 6. The action starts at 7. And, of course, before all that, you can come on down here to the Hometown Deli. Definitely want to do that as well. Check out the MFPW and all things Monster Factory on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, plus at monsterfactory.org. And check out past matches, bios, bloopers, and more at the mfnetwork.com. And you never know what's going to happen, including last night we now have a new champion, the new MF Live champion.
Yeah.
As Anthony Bennett had it lost on you can see it on Facebook Live. He lost the title to Cody Vance.
Yeah.
That was counts his way to a title victory.
Ooh, that was devastating to look. Gnarly.
It was. I got to see it up close and personal. Not nearly as up close and personal as Bennett saw it, but it was rather vicious to say the least.
Yeah.
Cody Vance, much more than arms, but what great arms they are.
Yeah. That's
as I said in the last broadcast, with him every day is arm day.
Do you even curl, bro? Like seriously.
Yep, his shirts are available here tonight as well.
And they're also in tank top forms too. In tank top form.
Oh yeah, so you can show off the arms. Absolutely.
Show off the guns. the Detroit Guns.
I was going to say, in your case, they're more like cap guns.
I'd like to prefer them 22 millimeter.
Oh, 22 millimeter as opposed to 22 inch. Okay.
Yeah.
Or the best line that I heard from that goes back to 94.
Well, also 22 caliber too. That I meant to use that because I suck today. I really do. I'm so bad right now. It's not. I mean, you can laugh, but it's the truth, and that's a drop. That's another one. I'm just gonna sit in the corner and color.
Lucas, for some reason, you're participating in a one-man buried alive match tonight.
I know. I don't even need Triple H for this. Like, seriously.
Or The Undertaker or Kane or anybody else.
Or Austin.
Yeah, or any of those. But yeah, let's get on to I was going to say the other thing that I know a lot of people will be, at least from our crew, will be DVRing or trying to get some sort of a look at the UFC 200 pay-per-view. With Brock Lesnar and Mark Hunt, that match was moved to and from the main event of the pay-per-view card. The move to the main event came after another fight was completely pulled from the card. The initial main event, John Jones facing Daniel Cormier, but that match was scrapped after a potential doping violation. So UFC head Dana White announcing yesterday that Miesha Tate against Amanda Nunes would go to the main event slot.
Damn.
So there you go, some ladies action in there. Conor McGregor was supposed to face Nate Diaz as well, but McGregor was removed from the lineup after he refused to take part in a media tour.
How much time do we have left?
Like 4 minutes.
Okay, this is going to be quick. I think it's garbage. John Bones Jones, somebody who is repeatedly had some problems with substance abuse. You know, he's given a title shot and all that, and then he gets taken off the card, which is fine. But, you know, people are like, you're going to suspend Conor McGregor because he didn't want to do media event, you know, because he wanted to train for his fight, because he wanted to regain the title he won. You know, you got to think, maybe he actually wants to win. Maybe you shouldn't suspend him. Maybe he's going to make this fight good. People love Conor McGregor, and you're just going to take him off of that because he didn't make a media event. It's aggravating.
Sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's to send a message. I don't know. Another Lesnar news, though. WWE confirming the Beast's opponent for SummerSlam next month. They're returning Randy Orton. That's right, the Viper back in the house. Orton has been sidelined with a shoulder injury and last wrestled back in mid-October. Yeah, that's how long he's been out. It's crazy to think. It's like, oh, wow, that was like, by the time SummerSlam rolls around, that was 10 months ago. That's what a dislocated shoulder will do. And it was the same shoulder that he's had a history of issues with. So yeah. I guess he didn't want to take any chances, and that's understandable. And finally, in a move that shouldn't surprise, anyone, TNA announced that Impact will move to Thursday nights starting July 21st. The switch follows WWE's move of SmackDown to Tuesday nights, effective July 19th. It has been billed as a supersized extended episode featuring the kickoff to the Bound for Glory playoff, where 8 Impact stars compete to become #1 contender to the world title.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And that's going to just about do it for us, as next week we'll be at Goblet Stock. Looking really forward to that. And, of course, tonight we'll be here at the MFPW Arena. Who knows? Well, I know where I'll be. I'll more than likely be behind the play-by-play mic once again.
Yeah.
This time teaming up with Bill Knight on commentary.
Yeah.
So that should be a lot of fun. But we've got just enough time for
birthdays.
Attaboy. Knew you could rebound. 4 of them for you today. On this date in 1959, Kevin Nash was born.
Ooh,
that's right. The co-founder of the NWO faction, WWE Hall of Famer, and 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, also known as Diesel, turns 57 today. On this date in 1960, Mark Merrow was born, the former 3-time WCW television champion, as well as WWE Intercontinental Champion and ex-husband of Sable, turns 56 today. On this date in 1966, Tom Brandi was born. The former WWE competitor, known both as his own name and Salvatore Sincere, turns the big 50 today. And finally, on this date in 1975, Shelton Benjamin was born. That's right, the gold standard. The former WWE Intercontinental U.S. and Tag Team Champion turns 41 today. Well, that's going to do it for us here. I want to thank the folks here at the Hometown Deli for, at the last minute, allowing us to broadcast from here and continue to make the airwaves for you. And also thanks to Rich King back in the studio for turning the dials and pushing the buttons to keep us on the air. So until next week from Goblet Stock at the Broken Goblet Brewery, play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock and all's well.
Serving you better than ever before. This is 1490 WBCB.